Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Game News Roundup, where we go over the latest gaming news, gaming sales, and latest gaming industry information that becomes available. We got a couple of quick things today focused on Xbox. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer, in an interview with Famitsu, was asked about Xbox having a goal of releasing 4 first-party titles per year, and he did tease they have announced some of their 2024 lineup, but there are still a few more unannounced first-party games that have not been announced. In next year's first-party lineup, we've already revealed and announced some games, and there's still a few more to be announced, said Spencer via a Google Translate. I'm confident that the Xbox players will know that the games will be released in a stable flow in the future. I'm sure you're well aware of, Xbox's first-party output in 2021 was quite lacking, at least on the big AAA front. There were a couple of smaller titles when it comes to bigger first-party titles. There pretty much was none last year. Well, this year, obviously, Forza Motorsport and Starfield are coming out later this year. Redfall was a bit of a bust, to say the least. That is one of the bigger releases. Minecraft Legends, it is multi-platform, but that also came out. First-party titles that we do know that are coming out next year, at least currently have a 2024 release window, of course. Delays could possibly happen. But right now, we got Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, as well as Towerborn, all were showcased at the recent Xbox Games Showcase and Starfield Direct. One possible game that might see an announcement and release next year could be Forza Horizon 6. As Forza Horizon 5 was announced in 2021, and was also released later the same year in 2021. So that's one possible game we might see. Maybe we'll see, there's been rumors, people asking for, say, a Fable trilogy collection that includes Fables 1, 2, and 3 remastered. Or a Gears, a Marcus Phoenix collection, Gears of War Marcus Phoenix collection. Pretty much like the Halo Master Chief collection. That would include Gears 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, potentially, as well as, I guess, there was also Gears of War Judgment. The 6th main Gears of War game was also Gears Tactics, but considering Halo Wars, which is an RTS game, was not part of the Master Chief collection, so I would doubt it. So probably be at least the main 5 Gears games, 1 to 5. And potentially Gears of War Judgment, which was not exactly as well received by Gears of War's fans, but it is part of the Gears of War collection of games, if they do release a Gears of War collection. Now, other possible games, there's been rumored of a battle royale Halo game has been developed. Now, of course, who knows? These are things that are rumored. Are they real? Are they not? We'll find out. I know some people in comments, a AA game studio from, say, Double Fine. Yeah, maybe some of the other smaller studios they have. Age of Mythology Retold, maybe we'll get a release next year. Or Era, A History Untold is another game. It's supposed to come out this year, but it wasn't at the Xbox Showcase, so it potentially could be pushed next year. Although, the main thing is Phil Spencer said unannounced games come out in 2024. I don't know, maybe we'll get some smaller games from some of the studios. Bigger AAA games. Other than Forza Horizon, unlikely we'll see any other big AAA games. Hellblade 2, Avowed, Flight Simulator 2024. Even though Flight Simulator is mainly a PC game, it's still a AAA game. But those 3 AAA games from Microsoft are all coming out next year. Fable, I would not expect until 2025. I know we did see that at the Xbox Showcase, but they did not give a 2024 release window for that, so I wouldn't expect that until 2025. And some other games that were showcased that didn't have a year probably won't be until 2025 is when we'll end up seeing those, whether it's early 2025, late 2025, or maybe even later. And obviously, I know people are like, well, Elder Scrolls 6, we won't be seeing that until probably towards the end of this generation, or maybe even as a launch game for the next Xbox. Who knows? Who knows at this point? With Bethesda focused on getting Starfield done, and then they'll, over time, move and shift their focus to Elder Scrolls 6 as their next big game. But they generally like to work on one game at a time, at least with the majority of the studios working on them. Another thing from Xbox, the head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, was asked about the potential of Xbox entering augmented reality and virtual reality markets in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. He basically said Xbox is waiting for AR and VR markets to grow more before they were to bother entering them, with how niche VR generally and AR generally are right now. I think for us, it's just a bit of wait and see until there's an audience, said Matt Booty. We're very fortunate that we have got these big IPs that have turned into ongoing franchises with big communities. We have 10 games that have achieved over 10 million players live to date, I believe, which is released in the last 5 years, is the main thing from that original quote, which is a pretty big accomplishment, but that's the kind of skill that we need to see success for the games. And it's not quite there yet with AR, VR. So basically, until games can get to 10 million players on AR/VR, they won't be joining that market. I mean, there's always a chance we'll see them potentially release a game for VR on PC or whatever. As we have seen in the past, is it Elder Scrolls V Skyrim had a VR version, or some other Bethesda games that did have some VR versions. Maybe we'll see some of that at some point in the future, at least on PC. And to get a gauge on the popularity of VR, PlayStation VR 2 in its first 6 weeks ended up selling just under 600,000 units, and it is selling faster than the original PlayStation VR on PS4 by 8% through the first 6 weeks. Although, if we open up the article here where they announced it, you can see that bell curve of PSVR 2, the darker blue, than the PSVR 1 and the lighter blue. The gap is bigger, but then it is shrinking. Although, for a while, PSVR 2 was only available directly through PlayStation Direct, not available at retail, which I believe PlayStation VR 2 is now, or will soon be released at at general retailers and stores. So Microsoft is playing the wait and see game for AR and VR to market to grow enough for it to be worth it money wise to enter the market, which right now they're saying it is not worth it yet. So yeah, that was just a couple of quick things I wanted to cover up again. Phil Spencer saying that Xbox first-party studios has a few unannounced games coming out in 2024. Considering they've got over 20 studios, 20 studios. We don't know what some are working on yet. We can just, although actually I'm thinking about other games that were announced or showcased. Age of Empires 4 maybe will be delayed to next year. Aura History Untold may be delayed until next year. That is currently a PC-only release. Age of Mythology Retold. Contraband, maybe, but then again, he did say unannounced, but who knows exactly what it means. Project Mara. Everwild, again, I don't know what's going on with Everwild again. I don't expect to see Fable until 2025. South of Midnight until at least 2025. Outer Worlds 2, with Avowed coming out next year. I wouldn't expect Outer Worlds 2, which is also from Obsidian. Same developers as Avowed. Until at least 2025. So maybe we'll see State of Decay 3. Perfect Dark, who knows at this point what's going on. It might be big, because they probably announced, some of these games they announced a little bit too soon. Clockwork Evolution, we did see some in-game footage from that, so we'll see. And there's also Hideo Kojima is working on a game with Xbox, but who knows what's going on with that one. And then from Bethesda Game Studios, who knows? Indiana Jones, which is from Machine Games is developing it, who did the recent Wolfenstein games. But yeah, studio-wise, 343, I mean, they're mainly focused on, at this point, probably Halo Infinite content in future seasons. Potentially starting to lay the groundwork for the next single-player Halo game. The Coalition, rumored is Gears of War 6 is what they're working on, but we'll see. Maybe we'll see, again, the Gears of War collection beforehand. Would make sense, but who knows? You never know. The Initiative working on Perfect Dark with Crystal Dynamics. Turn 10, we know they're working on Forza Motorsport. Apparently, they also work. A little mobile game or something with cars as well. Playground Games, Fable, and I'm sure they're working on Forza Horizon 6 as well. Rare, they're still working on Sea of Thieves content updates. Everwild, Obsidian, Avowed comes out next year. Outer Worlds 2 probably not until 2025 at the earliest. Grounded is ongoing. They're working on that small team working on Grounded with new content. Clockwork Evolution from In Exile. Ninja Theory working on Hellblade 2, which comes out next year, as well as Project Mar, which is supposed to be a small little title. Undead Labs, Save Decay 3. Double Fine, there are rumors and stuff of they're working on multiple new projects. We might see one of their smaller games next year. South of Midnight, since it didn't get an exact release window, probably not until 2025 from Compulsion Games. Mojang, well, they just released Minecraft Legends. And obviously Minecraft, they're still working on updates. Minecraft Dungeons may still be getting updates. I'm not totally sure on that. And then maybe other Minecraft spin-off game could be in development. World's Edge, Age of Empires 4, Age of Mythology, apparently is an unannounced title. And then Xbox Game Studio Publishing. Xbox is publishing other games from other developers that are not part of Xbox Game Studios themselves. But yeah, who knows? What do you think? What would you hope to see? Besides games that we know that are confirmed for next year, what would you hope to see come out next year? Whether it's unannounced, maybe another already announced game that you hope comes out next year, not later on. But let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you enjoy this. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.